In this session, I'm going to be covering how to use the search function. So let's get right into it. Using the search function, you can just use the put the equal sign here and type in search. And what we want to do is search for the text. Let's search for the text 3, and I'll put it in. I need to put it in quotes for the text. So let's see if we don't put it in quotes. We'll see what happens. Yeah, see, you get a name output error. So you need to put that in quotes. So let's put 3 in quotes and press Control Enter, and you'll see it outputs the number 1. So basically what it's saying, it found the word 3 and it started at the first character in the cell. Let me go ahead and double click the fill handle down here to bring it down, and you'll notice something interesting is it found it in all 3 of these instances. The word 3. Now let's say that I decided to make that a capital T instead of a lowercase t. Press Control Enter. I'll copy the fill handle. I'll double click the fill handle here and bring it down, and it still finds it. That's because search is not case sensitive. So doesn't matter if you capitalize or not capitalize, it will find that words because it's not case sensitive. Well, let's see how this can be helpful, though. I mean, in itself, search doesn't really give you too much, but what you can do is put it within other functions and other formulas to give a little bit more explanation or a little bit more clearer output. Oops. Now, what we can do is build other formulas into there, and so what we can do is I can use an isNumber function. And basically, it will give you back a true or false output. So basically, it's saying, is this a number or not? So it's going to look for the value. We'll indicate the value as cell B2, close parentheses, Control Enter to stay in the cell. And of course, it's going to output true because this is a number value. Let me double click this to bring it down. And of course, these last 2 are not number values, so they're going to be false. Now, we can add an additional, or put this into an additional function. I'm going to use the if function. So I'm going to say if, open parentheses, if this test, so basically it's saying, is there a logical test that you're putting together? Now the logical test here is that isNumber function. If the output of that logical test is true, output this value. If it's false, output this value. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to say the logical test is going to be this isNumber function. And I'm just going to point to cell C2 because the function is there. Comma, if the value is true, I'm just going to say yes. And you have to put that within quotes, double quotes. And if the value is false, then also have to put that into quotes, no. And I could put close parentheses, Control Enter to stay within the same cell, and it'll output yes. I'll go double click the fill handle, bring it down. So this kind of gives a little bit more explanation. If you want to add some text, yes, we found 3 in here. Yes, yes, yes. No, we didn't find the word 3, regardless if it was began with a capital T or lowercase t. Now you can see that I did this all in 3 cells. You can do this all actually in 1 cell. So let me go ahead and delete this, select that and delete it, and we can do it within that cell itself. And so the same thing that I did in the other cells, I can put an isNumber function here. IsNumber, I can just tab, and then Excel will complete this for me. It'll complete the function word. And the value that I want to find, that I want to input is, of course, this search for 3A2. And I just need to close the parentheses there. But that's not complete. Well, I just go ahead and do Control Enter, and it will spit out or output the value true or false. Is this a number? And of course, it was true because we saw it earlier as true. Now I can nest this function, the isNumber function, now into the if function I showed earlier. So I could just go right after the equal sign and type in if parentheses. Now it's going to say the logical test. So this is the test. Is this a number? Yes. Okay. And then now I'm going to use the comma to get into the next value that I want to say, the next value that I want to output, or argument I want to output. And the value, if it's true, I'll put yes, comma, and the screen tip here is kind of nice because it'll bold the next argument you need to put in. Now the value that's false, I'll put no, and that's all in quotes. And then shift close parentheses. You notice that when Excel knows that you have finished or you're going to close out the function, it's going to darken that last parentheses. You'll see that it was bold a little bit earlier. That's kind of indicating that, okay, the formula or the function that you finished putting the arguments in, it's done. So I'll go ahead and press Control Enter, and we have our yes output there. I'll double click the fill handle there, and we have our 3 yeses and nos. Where earlier you saw it here in column D, and it was separated. There's three functions to accomplish what we've now accomplished with one, I guess, nested functions group of one formula with a couple functions in there, all in one cell. So that is kind of an example of the search function, using it with other functions within Excel to give it a little bit more variety in the output. There's also a cousin of the search function, and that's the find function. I'll put a little link here that goes to a video that I put together that gives you an example of using the find function. So I hope this helps. Thanks for watching.